What is up, you beautiful people? My name is Rito and welcome to day number 4 of Bizathon 9. And this is such an important day because today I'm going to not only show you what I've done in the background in the past 24 hours, I'm also going to show you how to make creatives and how to make killer product pages, jiffies and all of that good stuff. So a lot of cool things to learn. And let me tell you guys, don't take this lightly. See, I've seen how my videos perform, right? Whenever I talk about like a Facebook ad strategy, or I show how to create campaigns inside Facebook ads and all of those things, those sort of videos get a lot of views. But what people don't understand is that the actual thing that matters, right? First off is the product research that I told you guys is very, very important. And the second thing that's super important is the creative. Right? So if you have a good product selected and a good ad for that product, you have already won the game. Even if you target half-assed interests, even if you target interests that are somewhat not even related to your product, you will still have a pool of people who are going to buy from you and then you're going to make some money, right? So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. The product research as well as the creative is super, super, duper, looper, cooper important. Got it? So now will you pay attention in this video? Let's get started. So I want to explain to you guys first off what sort of creatives to do, right? I'm also going to tell you guys. Okay, so first off, I want to tell you guys how to what sort of things to make sure when you're making your creative. I'm also going to tell you guys how you can get creative sourced, where you find the clips from, how you can combine all of this together, and how you can put some certain clips on the product page as well. So a lot of things to cover. Let's get cracking. All right, let's begin. Everybody, if you haven't hit the like button yet, you know what to do. Like button is below the video. Go hit it. All right, so let's kick things off here. So first off, let me just go here. Let's do the black thing here and let's do 4. All right. So what are we looking for? Whenever we talk about creatives, right? So what are the things we're looking for? First off, the resolution. The resolution of the creative has to be either square or it has to be 4:5, which is 1200 by 1500, I believe. Or it has to be 1080 by 1920, right? So which is going to be the TikTok format. So the TikTok format is like this. The 4:5 is like this, right? And the square format is like this. Right. So these are the 4 formats you have. And basically all you want is your creatives to be like this. And whatever form, so you'll be like, when it comes to resolution, you can maybe do like 1000 by 1000, 1000x1000, or 800 by 800, something like that. 4:5 can be 1200 by 1500, right? So these are the resolutions you want to go for. All right. Now, after resolution, what matters? So by the way, you can also have image creatives, right? In these same resolutions, you can also have image creatives that you can use. You can also have video creatives. I try to test all products with a video creative unless I feel like it's like a jewelry product or something that does not need explaining. So I could even have like an image to go for it, right? So this is the resolution part of things. Now let's move on to how do you source content, right? How do you get the clips? Now, of course, when it comes to making creatives, right, there are 2 things you have to remember. There are 2 types of creatives you have to create. One is going to be a testing creative and the other is going to be a scaling creatives, right? And the testing creative is basically meant just so that you can test the product on Facebook ads or TikTok, whatever you're trying, and you're trying to get some sales, you're trying to get some traction, you're trying to see if this product will actually sell for you or not. And this is something you can throw around pretty quickly because this is not going to be the final creative that you advertise. It can be, if it's something that you have like made yourself or you've made something like very, very unique that nobody else is using, you can use it in the future also for scaling. But generally speaking, you want to throw up something very, very quickly because as I told you guys, we are trying to keep it simple. We're trying to keep it simple. As I told you guys, even with product pages, right? We're keeping it very simple copy. We're just adding some images and GIFs to the copy and trying to make it a little bit branded, just a little bit, so that we have some nice icons. The color scheme is fine. All of this matches together. It just has to gel well. The product has to be presented well. That's pretty much it, right? We're not working on FAQs or some fantastic like over the top headlines or something like that. We're not working on all the cool stuff. We are just doing very, very simple copy on the product pages. Same goes with the creatives, even for the testing creatives, because it is just meant to find if if a product is winner or not. We can of course use the creative in the future stages also, but we want more creatives in the future, because when it comes to scaling, when it comes to spending more money, you'll of course have to add new creatives into the mix. And for that, you will of course need to create new creatives. So as I told you guys, what we're looking for is two types of creatives. One is going to be the testing creative and the other is going to be the scaling creative. Now, the testing creative can be thrown together very, very quickly, right? So this is a clock and this is going to be a very, very quick sort of process here. Scaling, you can actually work on a bit in the background also. So what a lot of people like to do is they basically like to either contact influencers or they like to contact apps like Below. So all of these apps, what they do is they give UGC content. UGC is user generated content, right? And then what you do is you combine certain UGC clips and you make your video. What is UGC is basically people, like real people using the product, right? They send you like maybe a 10-second clip or 15-second clip of them using the product or showing the product in a certain way, and you combine like a couple of clips or just use that one clip and that becomes your ad, right? So when it comes to scaling, you want to use UGC content primarily. When it comes to testing, you want to source clips. Like the way you source products, similarly you want to source clips, right? Got it? All right. So when you want to source, how do you source clips from? Now, when it comes to the how part, what I like to do generally is I like to, all right, so before I actually go on to the how part, like how long should the video be, all of these things, if you're asking in the chat or if you're thinking about these things, generally I like to keep it between, it can be 15 seconds to up to a minute, right? So 15 seconds to a minute, it just depends on how much explanation needs to be done in the video about the product. If it's something that people can understand very, very quickly, then of course it can be just 15 seconds. If it's something that requires a little bit more explanation to do, maybe show a bit more about the features or how it works or all those things, so then it can be up to a minute, right? But keep it between this sort of limit. Now, by the way, this is just to tell you, even if you make a 1.5-minute video, it's not like you've done something like purely evil or something like that, right? Even if it's a 1.5 minutes, it works, right? But just keep in mind, this is sort of range to go for 15 seconds to 1 minute. All right. So how do you source the clips though? As I told you, like for the scaling, you can source from the UGC clip platforms or from Instagram or from TikTok. You can basically contact the people who have small followings there who like to give clips in exchange for the product. You ship the product to them and then they give you the clips. We'll come to that later. Right now, we're just doing testing, right? So for testing, I like to basically, so inside CJ Dropshipping, they've got a lot of videos of products, right? So inside CJ Dropshipping, they've got clips of different products. If the product is there on CJ Dropshipping and there's a video for it, you can of course use it. Then you have Alibaba / AliExpress. So you can use clips from there. And sometimes it needs a bit of searching because not all the listings of Alibaba or AliExpress will have the videos inside them. Sometimes you may have to look around a little bit more, right? So now, next up, you have CJ, next up you have Alibaba, next up you have of course all the other platforms like YouTube, TikTok or Facebook. Now what you need to remember is that if it's a UGC sort of a clip, if it's somebody like a normal person who has made a clip about the video, that's still like that's a gray line, right? But generally speaking, if it's not a brand doing it, then you can use it. But the thing is that because this is going to be a use and throw sort of a video, right? So you want to just use it to validate the product, right? We are in the, as I told you, in the foundation cycle, in the validate stage. So we just wanted to validate the product. When it comes to actually growing the product and all of those things, we'll of course be sourcing our own clips, we'll be using our own sort of content, and that is what we want to do. We want to make our own ads so that we stand out and we have our own unique content that nobody else can use, right? So these are primarily the ways to use it. I like to stay away from as much as possible from the YouTube or TikTok or Facebook, because again, those are clips that somebody else has created, right? Even if I want to use them, I would ideally want to like mention whoever I source it from. Maybe if it's a YouTube clip and I'm taking from YouTube, so I'll mention like the YouTube logo and then the YouTube username should be there in the bottom right or something like that. That of course, like giving them credit makes a lot more sense using like that way. And then you of course have CJ Dropshipping and Alibaba, and these are like these are videos that the suppliers themselves have created or sourced from or have had made, which you can of course use because you're selling their product. Now, I want to show you guys how all of this thing plays out, right? So if whatever I've told you so far makes sense, right? So you can just let me know in the chat or in the comments below. Yes, it makes sense, Rito. Just let me know. Yes, it makes sense, Rito. All right. So then we can continue with the rest of the things. Now, a few more things to keep in mind. All right. So when it comes to videos, you want to focus. So a video is, of course, made of several seconds. So the first 3 to 5 seconds are the most important because you're trying to capture the attention. So I'm just going to make something like this. Wow. So whenever you have you have to have this sort of wow impact or something different. The video, like it shouldn't be like something vanilla. It should be like full on kesar pista or butterscotch or some interesting flavor has to be there in the initial 3 to 5 seconds of the video, right? Now, after you have wowed them with the video, then you of course have the actual content part of the video where you show what the product is, and then you have towards the end you have a CTA or call to action, which is going to be something like tap shop now below or something like that, so that you actually like tell people to actually tap the button. Like, if this is a very basic sort of thing in copywriting, like if you don't tell people to do something, they won't do it. They will just watch the video and leave. But if you explicitly mention tap shop now below, whoever catches their eye on that text, they are going to, in their first instinct is going to be to tap, right? So they might, but basically you want to increase your click-through rate, which is the number of people watching and clicking through to your product pages. So in order to do that, your call to action CTA should be there, right? So this is the wow content, and then of course the CTA. Now, let me show you some examples also, and how I basically, what I am doing right now inside this challenge. I also made a video yesterday, so I want to cover a lot of these things, right? Wow, in the chat going on. All right, so let's continue with the things. So let's go on to screen only. All right, so here we have this product. So I'm adding basically this product to the store. So I was able to source a clip for this. I exactly don't remember. It was either Alibaba or it was CJ Dropshipping, right? So there was a clip for this this video. And I also want to show you guys this thing here. So I've been talking to the supplier. So this is basic. So what happens in Source Inbox is basically when you create an account and you reach out to them via Messenger or Skype or something, all members get a customer manager allocated to you, right? So it's allocated to your account. So I have, I asked them that, do you have this sort of product? So I gave them a link to the CJ Dropshipping product here. Do you have this product? This one, the atmosphere light thing, because they did not have it in their listing. So they're like, all right, sure, you can have a look at this product. So they searched for it. It was either there in their system or they added it in their, I think they added it in their system lately. So now this product is inside Source Inbox. So it's pretty cool. Like you tell them that you want a product, either Alibaba, AliExpress or CJ Dropshipping, any link you give them, and then they will basically give you back the link inside Source Inbox that you can add to the store. So that's what I did, right? I went inside. So this is the product that was inside Source Inbox. Then I imported it inside the store. As you can see here, I imported it inside the store. I also grabbed certain images from CJ Dropshipping because it's the same product here. And then when it comes to clips and stuff, let me tell you. So let me show you the screen flow thing. So when I was recording so basically where I found the clip from, let me tell you. Actually, I can actually show you guys also. Hold on. If I extend this thing here, I think I can actually show you guys. So I got this clip from CJ. So I got this clip from CJ. So basically there was like a video of inside CJ of the same product. So I sourced it from there, right? So because it was inside CJ, so basically there's no copyright. It's meant for dropshippers to use the creative like that, right? And what I did was I cut certain portions of the clip here, and then I'm using it to make jiffies. Let me show you. Actually, yep, perfect. That's all I want. All right. So let me just show you now what the final video that I've done. I'll show you guys. So this is going to be, where is it? Actually, we did so much work on the store last night inside the ecom tower, like in the behind the scenes sessions. that my my downloads folder is filled with files. All right, so this is the video I made, right? So as I told you guys, I basically found the video of this on CJ Dropshipping, and then what I did was the video did not start with this frame here, right? I cut it out and I put it inside the front of the frame because the first 3 to 5 seconds is important because it is something different that wasn't been done in the. So let me show you. The steam is going, and then they put their hand like this. See? Slightly different. The video actually started from this frame here, but this frame is quite boring. Like this, if it starts from this frame here, it is not that impactful. But if steam is blowing off and then somebody actually puts their hand here, so it leads a sort of calming sort of an impact to the mind of the visitor, right? So it is slightly different than what is generally there. Actually, a better way would be to actually do some sort of like this. Something like this. I have not edited this part in. Maybe this could be done in the version 2 of the video if this works or not. So something. Now let me just show you guys the actual video. Then you guys can. Then I'll explain how it was all done. Oh, you guys aren't able to see the entire thing, right? Hold on. I think now you'll be able to see. Hold on. So basically, here's the call to action. Some of the text was missing actually because so something like this, right? Now you guys are able to see proper, right? So this is the entire video basically. You got the gist, a nice music added to this and basically cut together with some text added. So that's basically like how videos are done, right? So let me put on the face right now. All right. So when you create videos, right, what is a video? Video is certain clips put together and then you have music added on top of it and some text with some explaining that what the product does. Or if it's like a TikTok video, then there's some catchy sort of a text to get people's attention, something like that, right? So a basic crux of the videos is there are of course different formats of doing this. You have text to speech also, right, which is used heavily in TikTok. So and there are static images being used as videos also nowadays. So a lot of different things, and I'll be teaching you guys all these different things as the days go by. But this is the basic format that we can use for testing our products. And basically how you get music from. So you don't want to use copyrighted music. You want to use music that is copyright free, that is royalty free. You can search for royalty-free music, or you can also YouTube sound library, YouTube audio library, YouTube sound library is something that has a lot of free music that you can use. There are several YouTube channels also that play that have several videos of music that is like copyright-free and that can be used. You can search for copyright-free YouTube channels, and then you of course have you can buy subscriptions to certain platforms which give you royalty free music. Now I have a subscription that has been going on for years. It is something called Soundstripe that I've been using, right? So this is something I use for all my clips. I've been using it for years and years on all my stores, right? So because they have a good library, I know there are better like subscriptions out there with better ones, but it works for me, so I just keep using it, right? So you don't have to get a subscription because you can use the free clips as I told you guys. But if you want, there's obviously an option out there for music, right? Because music is super important when it comes to these videos, right? Music is what gets people the feels, right? They feel something when they see the video. If the same video was playing without music, you won't feel that good. You won't feel as good as just watching the frames go by, right? So now let's do this one here. So for example, I was going through. Let's go screen only. All right. So what I was trying to do here is basically get me. So I want to export this portion of this video here and make a GIF out of this. Well, let me show you how this is done. By the way, for video editing, a lot of people might ask. So for video editing, I'm using a software called ScreenFlow for Mac. Again, this is something I've been using for years. It's a very basic software. It is mainly meant for screen recording because I'm a teacher. I have to record screen. So I just started using the software several years ago, and I've been using it ever since, even to make my product videos, because essentially I don't need any fancy sort of effects, fancy impacts, or some cool animations to come through or something like that. I just need basic clips put together with some text coming on, my logo put on there, some music, that's it. So all of this works inside ScreenFlow. A similar version of this in Windows is Camtasia, Camtasia. You can also go for free video editing softwares Inside Mac, there is of course iMovie, but inside for Mac as well as Windows, there is a software called DaVinci Resolve. All right, DaVinci Resolve. You can search for it. Let me show you guys also. So if I go here, let's go to this one, DaVinci Resolve. So you can download. It's made by basically the Blackmagic company. So Blackmagic makes like cool cameras and stuff. So you have this DaVinci Resolve that you can download for free. It comes for like inside for Mac OS also, for Windows also, for Linux also, right? Also, there's also phone apps that you can use, right? Video editing apps. There is something called InShot that works very, very well, right? InShot is something that has been used quite a lot. Actually, it would be better to show you inside. So let me show you inside play.google, right? So we have this app here, the InShot editor. This is the most popular one out there, which a lot of people use to make their videos, right? So there are of course other apps also inside that you can find, like VN video editor is used quite a bit. So there are a lot of other apps. You can actually go inside the Google Play or iOS App Store, search for video editor inside the App Store, and you should be able to find some cool apps, right? So not just on desktop, right? You can actually, so that's the cool part, right? Earlier it used to be just, you have to, there used to be a lot of friction when it comes to like video editing and all these things. Nowadays it can be done on your phone. So what's stopping you now, right? So let's go. So now we go on to the next step, which I was trying to show you guys, which is going to be here. Oh yes, somebody mentioned in chat, basic video editing can also be done inside Canva. You can upload clips inside Canva and then join them together. Just basic editing. It takes a bit of time to export and stuff. It's a bit like slow, but it works, right? So if you want to create those sort of image type ads that also have like a video, that like music going on top of them, all those things can also be done inside Canva and stuff, right? So now we have, I haven't used Canva video editor that much personally. Honestly, I haven't used that much. I've used it a little bit. I exported about 5-10 videos, some very, very basic work like image to image to image, something like that I've done. So I have to play around with the Canva one to a bit more to tell you guys like how exactly to use it, but it is of course something that is possible. Now let me just export this thing here. I want to export this thing. So this is basically going to be used for my Jiffy. So I've already created 2 of these Jiffies for the product page. So now I'm going to close this thing here. Don't save. All right. So let's go to the product page here. So I basically already created these other 2 clips from my original video. So let me upload the file here. I think it was this one, the first one. All right, this one. Insert image. So this one is simply add water, right? So it's, yeah, we're simply adding water. Then we're doing level up with our essence oils. So for this, we're going to add another image. There we go. Insert image. And then we also have to tap, turn on and relax, which is the third GIF, right? So in order to make GIFs, what I do is first off I export as an MP4 file, like a video file. Then I go to easygif.com, right? Then I go to video to GIF. I will upload the file from computer. This is the humidifier GIF. This one. I will click on upload video. Then we have the video that has come up here. Now what I need to do is I need to go to frame rate is 5 and size is going to be 480 by auto. Then I click on convert to GIF. 480 by auto looks great on mobile devices, right? So then we have this file here, but it is 1.57 MB. I want to compress a bit more. So I'll go to optimize. And then inside optimize, I'm going to basically, we can either do lossy GIF or we can remove every second frame. So I'll just do lossy GIF right now. So now it is 513 kilobytes, right? So then I'm going to save image to downloads. And then I'm going to upload the video here. There we go. Insert the image. There we go. So this is the entire product page here. So if I click on save, let me show you guys how this all looks like. Let me click on preview. All right, so this is the Vortex Humidifier, $39. I haven't mentioned the sale thing here, so let me just quickly do that. Let's select all of these things. Let's open up the bulk editor. These are the two variants, black and white. I want to add a compared price here. Compared price is going to be, let's say, 49, right? Maybe 14. Yeah, 49 is good. All right. Click on save. Now let me quickly refresh this page here. All right. So now we have a sale going on here. Then we have both the variants come up, black as well as white, right? So it looks good here. Then they can add this to cart here. Then you have so this is the simple copy, as I told you guys. No more dryness this winter. Experience the magic of the Vortex Humidifier. Doubles up as a night light or work lamp. It's pretty compact, so you can move around the house, bedroom, living room, or home office, your choice. Simply add water, right? So by the way, guys, whenever you want to write copy, write it yourself, right? Make it unique, make it your own. All right. Simply add water, level up with essence oils, and then tap, turn on, and relax. Really simple, right? So this is the entire product page here. We also have returns and refund shipping info since 2017, all of these icons coming up. So this is our complete product page. So yeah, so let me first tell you guys right now what we did last night. So inside the ecom tower, whoever are studio level and above, so they got to see all the BTS sessions. Yesterday we did 2 BTS sessions. One was 1 hour, 5 to 6 p.m. and the other was 10:30 to 12:30ish, around 2 hours. So we did approximately 2.5 hours, I think it was total 2.5 hours of BTS session happening. So in that period, what we did was we were able to create I was doing the work. So I was able to create certain ads. This humidifier ad that you saw, I created that. I also created all the product pages for all the other products, and I also placed orders for sourcing my clips, for sourcing my testing videos on Fiverr, right? So this is something I want to tell you guys now, that you can actually source clips and source these videos. And so if somebody is like, I don't want to do all of this work myself, right? So you can get other people to do it for you. The reason I generally don't like to do this, I've never actually done this before. I only did this for this challenge right now because there's a lot going on. I have to handle ecom tower also, I have to handle this store also. And because I have to test multiple products at once in front of you guys, just to show you guys how this all works. So I'm under a sort of like strict timeline. So that is why, like, if I go around making 10 videos, it'll take a lot of time for me, right? So what I recommend for people to do anyways is to test one product at a time, right? You test a product, you make it creative, and then you test it. So then if it works, fine. If it doesn't work, then you test the next product. So you go one by one. But in order for me to show you guys, so I have to test multiple products at once because we're on like timeline and showing it live. So that's why I hired a few people on Fiverr to do that work for me. So I'm going to show you guys right now. And the way you can find people on Fiverr is basically you go to Fiverr, you log in, and then what I did, I searched for dropshipping video ads, right? So I searched for dropshipping video ads. Oh, hold on, you're not able to see my screen. All right, so this is the screen. So I searched for dropshipping video ads inside Fiverr, and there you go. There's so many of them. You can go to budget and you can do value and click on apply, and then under seller details you can go to top rated seller or level 2 sellers. Click on apply, and you have a lot of these come up, right? And then all of these, like, you can just, so these are showing in rupees. 1 rupee is like $1 is about 81, 82 rupees right now. It's about $10-ish each. This one is about $20. So 10 to 20 bucks is what the main range is for the value ads here. And you can look at somebody who has like a lot of reviews, and the number of reviews is also pretty high, like 250 plus, 1000 plus reviews. So all of these are pretty good, right? You can have a look at the like sort of work they have done in the past. So if we go to this profile here, you can see what sort of work they've done in the past, right? Something like this, and then all the other like creatives that they have done. So you can have a look at their portfolio basically. Then they'll tell you what they need from. They basically just need the product link and your logo, mainly this one, right? Most of them don't even need your store thing. You can give them the store link also, but then what they'll do is they basically tell you what you'll receive, and then you can look at their reviews here, and then of course you can make a decision and make a purchase. So yesterday I actually, let me just show you, view all orders here. I placed an order for all of these. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos here, right? So a lot of them are due today. So I'm going to get 4 videos today done and another 2 videos going to be delivered tomorrow, right? So I'm going to have all the 6 videos within like 48 hours. So I can, whenever I start getting videos, I have to start advertising them on Facebook, right? So I'm going to show you all of that tomorrow. Today, I want to actually show you guys another cool thing, that all the product pages and all the work that we have done, just as a recap, because I don't want you guys to miss out on all the work that we have done inside the store, right? So what I did was I made all the product pages. Of course, after placing orders on Fiverr, we just don't need the creatives. Creatives is one part of the things. Once a person clicks on, they reach a product page, right? And Facebook also analyzes your product page when you apply for a review of your creative. So they go to the product page. If it's a blank product page, they won't be happy. They might reject your account also. So let me show you all the products that we have done so far, right? So for example, let me open this one. Did I work on the negative iron shower head? Yeah. So this is the negative iron shower head here. Again, I've put some jiffies here. And again, all these clips are found from either Alibaba or from CJ Dropshipping. Now, for all those wondering like how you can find source clips from Alibaba, let me just quickly show you how to do that. So for example, inside Alibaba, you search for the product here. So let's say I want to search for the floating Edison bulb or the levitating bulb, whatever it was. Let me type in the levitating bulb. Levitating bulb. Where are you now? So this is one of them, but there are others also. Yeah, this one. There you go. Where are you now? So you see here this one. So a lot of them have like these videos. You see here, the video is coming up, is playing. So all these random text is coming up, so you of course don't want all of this inside your thing here, but you can, if a video is published here on Alibaba, you should be able to find like certain clips of this on other platforms also, and maybe something is out there which does not have this text on it, right? Or you can actually contact this supplier to ask them for the same video without the text, if they can give it to you, right? You can just contact the supplier here. But let me tell you how you want to download this here. So right now you can't download it here, right? There's no option to download here. So what I like to do generally is I like to right click inspect element, right? Inside inspect element, the video link comes up here. You see here, the video link has come up. I like to right click on the video link, click on copy link, right? And then open up in a new tab. I paste the link inside and then the clip starts playing here, right? So then I'm going to right click and download the video. That's it. And then once I've downloaded the video, then I can actually import it and start using it inside my like my video editor software, whether I'm using a mobile video editor or I'm using a my desktop editor, right? So I can just edit the video, make GIFs out of it, make my final video creative out of it, and then suddenly I have a nice like video to use, right? And one quick tip for you, even if you're not able to source something that has like that does not have the text here, maybe you want to use certain elements of this video. So let me show you how all of this is done also. It's going to be a sort of a mini masterclass in editing. So generally you want like let's say 800 by 800, right? So let's say I want a 800 by 800 document here. So let me quickly do it like this so that you guys are able to see properly, right? And now what I want to do is basically import the video that I just downloaded to the timeline. Here we go. Right? And then what I'll do is, because you see there's black and white bars, because the video was a landscape resolution, but I'm doing a square resolution. I can, what I can do is, in fact, even to get some even better results, I can, inside document settings, inside instead of 800 by 800, I can even do the 4 by 5 thing, the 4:5 resolution, which is 1200 by 1500. Right? Something like that. This will also work. So now what I'm going to do is, let me just quickly make the frame smaller. All right. So now let me show you guys. Now you see, suddenly the thing is gone. The text is gone. Oh yes. This is the frame that is going to be exported outside the video. All the other text, as you see, is all outside the frame here. So I can actually remove the music from here, add my own music. And what I'll do is, I'll only keep the portions of the, so for example, this frame was cut here. So I'll cut this here, and then this is a new frame that has come up here. I'll use it like Yeah, this works. Like this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this here, and then because this is coming out of the frame, I'll just do it like this. Something like this, right? Or even I can even go up to here, and then what I'll do is, let me tell you a quick hack here. You can add your logo. So you see here, I add my logo here, and suddenly this portion can also be used, right? So now have a look. Oh yeah. Cool, no? So this is how you're able to take even like videos that have, now of course I can do this for all the other portions of the clip also, but you got the gist of it. Basically, no one was able to see the text that was coming up. They are only able to see the actual like video come up. How cool is this, right? So some more cool hacks I want to show you guys. So let me just not save this. Some more cool hacks I want to show you guys regarding product pages now. Now I told you how to source from Alibaba, from CJ Dropshipping, and of course on YouTube, etc. You can also search videos and then take clips from there. Of course, give due credit to the person you're sourcing clips from, right? If you're taking somebody's video, just mention their name there and use it only for testing. For the final scaling creatives, you want to create your own. So I want to show you guys the product pages now. So this is one of the product pages done. And then I want to show you a tricky one that was very tough for me to find. So this one, one of them was the rewritable night board. Right. So I was not able to find good images for this. So I had to really search hard inside CJ and inside Alibaba to find these sort of product images that are pretty cool. And then I found this video that I made a GIF out of that shows how to clean it with a single rub. And then there were Chinese characters on top of this thing here. So what I did was inside Canva, I imported this image. I basically added a sort of red, the color of 100 smiles, the red color, and then added remote control included here just to hide the Chinese thing here. So that you can actually be pretty creative with this. And in fact, let me show you how I did a certain images on Canva. Let me do Canva. So this one, let me show you this one here. So I created, the hydrogen bottle, right? So now it looks like a pretty awesome image. This one. This looks like a pretty awesome image, right? It looks like a branded image that goes with our like font and our store, because it uses the same font, the same colors, something like this, right? But you know how it looks like in what I did. Let me just show you. Let me duplicate this image and show you what the image originally was. Remove. So this is what the image originally was. So I basically added some white bars on like some white rectangles by going to elements here. I clicked on rectangle, made white rectangles here, as you see here, and then I added some text on top of it to make it my own, right? So you are able to actually do pretty cool stuff with Canva. So like this one here, right? You know what the image originally was? Let me show you guys. Hold on. This was the original image here. This one. This was the origin. It had Max written on top of it. So what I did, let me show you what I did. You copy the same image here. You copy this image here, and then you trim it. You trim it like this. You trim this image like this, and like this. And then you can basically cover Max with this. See, it's gone. Max is gone. Because it's the same product, right? So you are able to do all of these things. Somebody like hydro spelling needs correction. Where is it? Oh, okay. Good catch here, bro. Thank you. Hydrogen bottle. All right. Cool. I was doing things so quickly that, sometimes all these things happen. But thank you. Thank you for the catch here, bro. All right. So let me export this right now. Download page 1. Let's do a JPEG. And I'm going to close this thing here. right? And then what I'll do is I'll close this thing, but you got the gist of it, right? How you're able to like take images that have Chinese characters or random stuff on top of it, and then you can actually manipulate the image and make it your own. Because essentially even though we hid Max from there, it's essentially the same bottle we're selling. They just had Max written on top of it. We won't have Max written on top of our hydrogen bottle, right? So that's basically the only difference here. So in order to show that, we made the changes. Now, go here. Upload. Nice. So, all right, it doesn't look that good because it is not like, hold on. Basically, what needs to be done is there's a lot of white space at the top and bottom. I think the original file of this was 800 by 600, something like this. It was the original size here. Yeah, now I remember. So originally it was that, then I added some more images and I resized it to 800 by 800. But this was the original size here. Now it looks much better here, something like this. Right? So this is something I'll add later on. But you guys got the gist of it. Now let's go on to the product pages here. So yeah, it took me a while. I searched on Alibaba and then I found all these images that I was able to add here to the product page. Let's go to the other products of the catalog here. So which one did I work on? The floaty Edison light also. You see here? This Jiffy has come up. Then we have I also added some quirky thing, like some pets may not be impressed that it's taking all the attention. So there's like, so I saw this image and I was like, how can I show a grumpy cat in an image of this product? So then I made this line here. Some pets may not be that impressed that it's taking all the attention. All right. So you can do a lot of creative stuff with your store. Like it's your store. You can do whatever you want. Right. So now I also want to show you, did we work on the perfect ice maker yet? We haven't. So this is something I have to work on. The Vortex Humidifier I've already shown you guys, right? This one, pretty cool. And also we did the hydrogen bottle also I showed you guys. The image needs to be correct here. This still shows the other poor spelling one, but you guys got the gist of it. There's another Jiffy going on here, so easy to use, so good for your body and stuff. And yeah, so you got the gist of how we are able to like make interesting creatives and take basically clips from those creatives and use it as Jiffys inside our product pages. And you want to really focus in on the creative part of things, especially in the early days, because this is, if you've never made a creative before, I would highly recommend not going out there and hiring people on Fiverr. See, I'm able to do that. One I told you because I need to do this rapidly, show you guys a challenge. I don't want it to be like I'm testing one product a day. Otherwise, this challenge will get too boring for you guys. I have to test like 5-7 products a day suddenly. So you don't have to do that. You don't have that sort of pressure. Nobody's watching you live or doing a challenge. So you can take your time, make one product a day, one creative a day, or even if you take time, maybe you take 3-4 days to make one creative. Go for it, right? Do the business at your own pace. You control the pace of your business, right? And once you're comfortable with like making these creatives and doing all these things, you can of course outsource like I showed you, but you can also keep doing it at a much faster pace, right? So this is what happens once you like all of these things are trainable skills. Whatever you're doing right now, each of these things that I'm teaching, these are all skills that will last for a lifetime. It might take a few hours of effort. If for inspiration, what I want you to do is watch a video called the 20-hour rule, right? It's a TED talk that somebody has done, which tells you basically in order to learn absolutely something that you have never done before, absolutely a new skill, you don't need 10,000 hours of practice to do that. You only need a maximum of 20 hours. And even in that 20 hours, you'll keep getting better every hour, right? So by the end of the 20 hours, you have done that thing, you will already be better than like 90% or 80% of the people who do that thing, right? Or who have never done that thing. So basically, in order to get average, above average at any skill, just spend a few hours on just doing the work that is required to inside that skill. You will be amazed at the results you're able to accomplish, right? So, and these skills will last a lifetime and you'll keep getting better at them as you keep doing them, right? So these are important things inside an e-commerce business, product research, like observing things, what other stores are doing. So the skill of observation, the skill of detective work, right? Being a detective for hunting down products. And then of course, video editing for making these creatives. So all of these things are very important stuff. If it makes sense, If you like what you just heard right now, just let me know something positive in the comments below, right? If you're feeling inspired to do some video editing today or making your own creatives, just let me know in the comments below. And I will see you tomorrow, where we will actually be launching some ads. Oh yes, we will be launching some ads. I'll see you tomorrow then, and all the best. God bless you. See you then. But before we go, one final thing. A lot of people have been requesting in the comments. I can't let you go just like this. I have to say, okay, tata, bye bye. What happened? See you guys.